Oh, Z-Pack. Fancy seeing you here. Wasn't expecting this. I was just reading my Christmas present. Merry Christmas to everybody. If you're Jewish, happy Kwanzaa. And here we are at Casa de Z. I'm really grateful this year. The family's had a great time. There's gifts and Christmas trees and cats and Z-pups. And I am very grateful for everything, all the blessings we have, and also all the Z-Pack, Super Pack supporters who support the show and make a lot of what we do possible, especially going into 2019. You guys are going to get CME and CE credits. But Mrs. Dog got me this for Christmas. Mrs. Dog is manning the camera right now, so we can give her a shout out. You're Only Old Once by Dr. Seuss. Now, I have never read it. I flipped through it and I was like, I am going to read this live for the Z-Pack because it was written in 1986 by Theodore Geisel, who is the Dr. Seuss. And he died in 1991, so I imagine he was rather elderly, and he dedicated it to his class of 1925. And it is very, very, very apt for medical professionals as we deal with an aging population. So join me, Z-Pack. How many people are watching, by the way? Does it say?
337.
337 are spending their Christmas evening with us. All right, here we go. You're Only Old Once by Dr. Seuss, a book for obsolete children. It's got a picture of an old dude in what appears to be an extremely 80s primitive scanner. There are magnets, so I presume it's an MRI. With affection and afflictions with the members of the class of 1925. One day you will read in the National Geographic of a faraway land with no smelly bad traffic. By the way, thanks to Tom Heineber for this 2 years ago, given entirely unironically. In those green pastured mountains of Fatah Fazi, everybody feels fine at 103 because the air that they breathe is potassium free. And because they chew nuts from the tut-tut tree, this gives strength to their teeth. It gives length to their hair, and they live without doctors and nary a care. That's clearly fiction. No such place exists. Actually, it does. It's called hospice. And you'll find yourself wishing that you were out there. I often wish I was on hospice. In Fora Fazi, and not here in this chair in the Golden Years Clinic on Century Square for spleen readjustment and muffler repair. Just why are you here? You're not feeling the best. Look at this. Optoglymics and dermoglymics and some crazy number. This is Patient Experience 101, people. Look at that fish. Even the fish looks old. Let's keep going. Have you any idea how much money these tests are costing you? No, because often we're actually insulated from the true cost of healthcare by the middleman of health insurance, but that's another talk. You've come in for an eyesight and solvency test. I'm going to take off this because science. And if you're the type that gets finicky finnick, at this point you will try to get out of that clinic, but they will outwit you. As quick as a winnick, the quiz docs will catch you. They'll start questionnaring. They'll ask you point blank how your parts are all faring. And your grandfather's parts. And please try to recall if your grandma hurt most in the spring or the fall. Did your cousins have dreadful wild nightmares at night? Did they suffer such ailments as bus driver's blight, chimney sweet's stupor, or prune picker's plight? And describe the main cause of your uncle's collapse. Too much alphabet soup? Or martinis, perhaps? And the next thing you know when you've finished that test is somehow you've lost both your necktie and vest. And an ogler is ogling your stomach and chest. I've had that happen. I'm often ogled in the clinic. Right, Z-Cat? What up, Z-Cat? You playing Harry Potter board games? That's right. I knew you were a nerd. Look at that. You are playing. Your escape plans have melted. You haven't a chance. For the next thing you know, both your socks and your pants and your drawers and your shoes have been lost for the day. The oglers have blossomed like roses in May, and silently, grimly, they ogle away. Man, this reads like a med school textbook for how to do geriatrics. Poorly. What those oglers have learned, they're not ready to tell. Clinicians don't spout their opinions pell-mell, so you're back in the vestibule, fish for a spell. Norval won't bring you much comfort, you know, but he's quite sympathetic as clinic fish go. There you'll sit several hours, growing tenser each second, fearing your fate will be worse than you reckoned, till finally Miss Becker, your beckoner, beckons. Are you a Miss Becker? Where are my medical assistants at? She's beckoning. You see that? That's a finger. It's not the usual middle finger that my MA often used to beckon patients. To a booth where the world-renowned earman Von Crandall has perfected a test known as bellows and candle. If the wind from the bellows can't blow out the flame, you failed, and you're going to be sorry you came. This is the slippery slope of iatrogenesis, where one test leads to another intervention, which leads to a side effect and a complication and more interventions, all of which we can bill you for. You'll be told that your hearing's so murky and muddy, your case calls for special intensified study. They'll test you with noises from far and from near, and you'll get a black mark for the ones you can't hear. They'll say, my dear fellow, you're deafer than most. But there's hope, since you're not quite as deaf as a post. We'll study your symptoms, we'll give you a call. In the meantime, go back and sit down in the hall. So you'll find yourself talking to Norval once more, and Norval will think you're a bit of a bore, because Norval has heard the same stories before. To this fish you'll become a plain pain in the neck while you wait once again for Miss Becker to beck. But Miss Becker won't come with a great swish and great swank. A wheelchair will come. You've gained status and rank. And Weldon the wheeler will say with great pride, you have qualified, sir. You are now certified as a VIP case. You're entitled to ride. Through thin and through thick, I'll be at your backside. This guy Weldon the wheeler looks familiar to me. Look at that. Dear Weldon will show you great sights as you go. Right now you are riding down Stethoscope Row. I've been there. Right now, let's see, as I know that, like all our top patients, you're hoping to get yourself steffed with some fine first-class scoping. So I'm sure you'll be simply delighted to hear that in the Internal Organs Olympics last year, Dr. Schmidt, Schmooch, Sinatra, Sylvester, and Fonz won 15 gold medals, 9 silver, 6 bronze. For the moment, however, we'll bypass this bunch. There is plenty of time to see them after lunch. It gets real, people. You must see Dr. Pollen, our allergy whiz, who knows every sniffle and itch that there is. Dr. Pollen will find as he works on your case if the face powder's wrong on your stepsister's face. He will check your reactions to thumbtacks and glue, catcher's mitts, leaf mold, and cardigans too, nasturtiums and marble cake, white and blue chalks, anthracite coal and the feathers of hawks, also corn on the cob, also buffalo grease, and how you react when you're stared at by geese. He'll take copious notes. Then I'll hazard a guess that he'll send you downstairs to see Dr. Van Ness. Those referrals, though. Ooh. Look at that. It's ugly, people. Van Ness has enjoyed a high rate of success in his pioneer work in the study of stress. So you can be sure he will stress you a trifle. Then he'll send you around to see Dr. Von Eiffel of the Tower fame, apparently. Dietitian Von Eiffel. Hey, where are my RDs at? My dietitians. Dietitian Von Eiffel controls the Wuff Whiffler, our diet-devising computerized sniffer on which you simply lie down and repose and sniff at good food as it goes past your nose, from caviar souffle to caribou roast, from pemmican patties to terrapin toast. He'll find out by sniff scan the foods you like most, and when that guy finds out what you like, you can bet it won't be on your diet. From here on, forget it. This is spot on, man. Dr. Seuss is the OG doctor, I'm just saying. Then into the new wing, we'll see Dr. Spreckles, who does the 3 Fs, footsies, fungus, and freckles. And nextly we'll, and he gets paid a lot to do that, by the way, because Darm is a thing. And nextly we'll drop in on young Dr. Gins, our A&S man who does antrums and shins, very specialized. And of course he'll refer us to Doctors McGrew, McGuire, McPherson, and Blinn, and Ballou, and Timkins and Tompkins and Diller and Drew, Fitzsimmons, Fitzgerald, Fitzpatrick too, all of whom will prescribe a prescription for you. This is like an anti-vaxxer handbook. For your pill drill, you'll go to room 663, where a voice will instruct you. Repeat after me. This small white pill is what I munch at breakfast and right after lunch. I take the pill that's Kelly Green before each meal and in between. These loganberry-colored pills I take for early morning chills. I take the pill with zebra stripes to cure my early evening gripes. These orange-tinted ones, of course, I take to cure my Charlie horse. I take 3 blues at 8:30 to slow my exhalation rate. On alternate nights at 9 p.m., I swallow pinkies, 4 of them, the reds which make my eyebrows strong. I eat like popcorn all day long. The spreckled browns are what I keep beside my bed to help me sleep. This long, flat one is what I take if I should die before I wake.
Dad.
Look at those pills, though.
Dad.
Yeah?
If you're so old, how can you read all these words?
You know what? That is ageism. Just because you're old doesn't mean you can't read. You just can't read all that good. And you need hecka thick glasses. You want to read this for me? Read it out loud.
No.
No? Oh, I see. Now who can't read?
Yeah.
Ow!
Do it.
Okay.
When at last we are sure you've been properly pilled, then a few paper forms must be properly filled so that you and your heirs may be properly billed. Excellent.
Look at those billing. Okay, where my documentation specialists at? Give me a shout out in the comments, because that's a lot of 99223 right there. Whereupon, if you're smart, there's a very good chance that you'll meet soon again with your socks, coats, and pants. And you'll know once your necktie's back under your chin, and Norval has waved you Godspeed with his fin, you're in pretty good shape for the shape you are in. The end. That is an excellent book and should be read in every geriatrics clinic by every geriatrics patient. And it speaks to so many things, including the patient experience, how we are managing our aging population, and our culture of doing things to people instead of for people. That is my Christmas lesson to y'all. Oh, Mrs. Dog is pointing to the present she got me. Because as you guys remember, as a man of science, I had to have a Himalayan salt lamp. I had to. Look at it. I actually licked it to see if it was really salt. It's really salt. I can feel the positive ions regenerating my nares. It's just tremendous. Any comments we should address? No? She's not going to read them, because that's not what she does. Yes, sweetie? Z-Pack, have a wonderful Christmas. If you're working today and you're watching this from some lounge somewhere, we deeply appreciate everything that you guys do to take care of patients, both on holidays and off holidays. If you're EMS and you're riding the boo-boo wagon today, bless you, little baby. What are you doing, by the way? Playing games. We appreciate you. Stay safe. If you're a patient this holiday season, best wishes for a speedy recovery. And again, join us, become a supporter. And if you don't want to become a supporter, just leave a comment, hit like, or hit share. It means a lot to us. We love you guys, Z-Pack. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, Merry Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, and we